Hello everyone, and welcome to Mind Matters. Today we're diving deep into a topic that has probably touched all of our lives in one way or another, the psychology of social media. This isn't just a shallow dive into our Facebook timelines or Instagram feeds. We're going to explore the intricacies of how these platforms influence our minds, behaviors, and even our identities. Let's start by recognizing just how pervasive social media has become in our lives. Whether it's scrolling through TikTok before bed, checking Twitter during a work break, or sharing snapshots on Instagram, social media is everywhere. It's no longer just a means of communication. It's a whole ecosystem where we socialize, express ourselves, and even seek validation. But why are we so hooked on these platforms? And what does it say about us as human beings? To understand this, we need to dig into the psychology that drives our interactions online. At the core of social media's allure is our basic need for connection. Humans are inherently social creatures, and our brains are wired to seek out interaction. This goes all the way back to our early ancestors who relied on social bonds for survival. Fast forward to today, and we find that social media platforms have tapped into this primal need, offering us instant access to a wide network of people. The ease and convenience of connecting with others have never been greater. But with this convenience comes a complexity that can influence our mental and emotional well-being in ways we might not even realize. One of the most compelling aspects of social media is its ability to provide immediate feedback. Whether it's likes, comments, or shares, these forms of validation trigger the release of dopamine in our brains, the same chemical that is released when we experience pleasure or reward. This creates a cycle of craving and reward that can be incredibly addictive. We post a photo, and with every like or comment, we receive a small hit of dopamine, encouraging us to repeat the behavior. This can lead to a sort of compulsive checking and posting as we seek that next hit of validation. However, this constant seeking of validation can have some darker consequences. For one, it can lead to a heightened sense of anxiety and self-consciousness. When our self-worth becomes tied to the number of likes or followers we have, we may start to feel inadequate if we don't receive the validation we're looking for. This is particularly pronounced in younger users who are still developing their sense of identity. Social media can create a distorted mirror, reflecting back an image of who we think we should be rather than who we truly are. The pressure to present a curated, idealized version of ourselves can be overwhelming. Social media encourages us to put our best foot forward, often highlighting only the most positive aspects of our lives. This can lead to a phenomenon known as social comparison, where we measure our own lives against the seemingly perfect lives of others. Even though we know that social media is often just a highlight reel, it can still be difficult to avoid comparing ourselves to others, leading to feelings of envy, inadequacy, and even depression. Another interesting psychological aspect of social media is how it allows us to create and manage our identities. On platforms like Instagram or Twitter, we have the power to shape how others perceive us. This can be both empowering and stressful. On one hand, it gives us the opportunity to express different facets of our personality, explore new interests, and connect with like-minded individuals. On the other hand, it can lead to what psychologists call identity fragmentation, where the different versions of ourselves we present online start to feel disconnected from our true selves. This can create a sense of inauthenticity and even confusion about who we really are. Moreover, the anonymity that some platforms offer can also bring out behaviors that we might not exhibit in real life. Known as the online disinhibition effect, this phenomenon explains why people might say or do things online that they would never do in person. The lack of face-to-face interaction reduces our sense of accountability, making it easier to engage in behaviors like cyberbullying, trolling, or spreading misinformation. While this disinhibition can sometimes lead to positive outcomes, such as people speaking out about issues they care about, it can also contribute to a more toxic online environment. Interestingly, social media doesn't just affect how we perceive ourselves. It also influences how we perceive others. The algorithms that drive these platforms are designed to keep us engaged, often by showing us content that aligns with our existing beliefs and interests. While this can make our online experience more enjoyable, it can also create echo chambers where we're only exposed to information that confirms our biases. This can lead to a more polarized society, where differing viewpoints are not just disagreed with but actively vilified. It's also worth noting the impact of social media on our attention spans. With endless streams of content at our fingertips, we're constantly bombarded with information, much of it in short, easily digestible formats like tweets or TikTok videos. This can make it difficult to focus on longer, more complex tasks as our brains become accustomed to the rapid pace of online interaction. Some researchers have even suggested that this could be contributing to a decline in deep, reflective thinking, a skill that is crucial for problem solving and creativity. But it's not all doom and gloom. Social media also has the potential to foster positive psychological outcomes. For instance, it can provide a sense of community and belonging, especially for those who might feel isolated in their offline lives. Whether it's finding support in an online group, sharing experiences with others who have gone through similar challenges, or simply connecting with friends and family, social media can offer a lifeline to those in need. Moreover, social media can be a powerful tool for social change. Movements like #MeToo and #BlackLivesMatter have shown how these platforms can be used to amplify marginalized voices and bring attention to important issues. When used responsibly, social media has the potential to drive real-world impact, mobilizing people around causes they care about and fostering a sense of collective action. So, where does this leave us? Social media is neither inherently good nor bad. It's a tool that reflects the complexities of human nature. It can bring out the best and the worst in us, depending on how we use it. The key is to be mindful of our interactions with these platforms, recognizing the psychological influences at play and making conscious choices about how we engage online. As we continue to navigate this digital landscape, it's important to remember that we have the power to shape our social media experience. By being aware of the psychological effects of social media, we can make more informed decisions about how we use these platforms. Whether that means setting boundaries to protect our mental health, engaging in more meaningful interactions, or using social media as a force for good. Before we wrap up, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in today. Your support means the world to me, and I'm so grateful to have this community where we can explore these fascinating topics together. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our deep dives into the psychology of everyday life. Take care, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.